is calling you. You know, love is calling all of us. Love, God, life. It's the same thing. You know, life calls us, love calls us, God calls us. And I got to thinking, Eckhart Tolle said that life is God. That not your life situation. That's different. Your life situation isn't. But life, the underneath, the foundation of your life situation is love. It's the energy of God. It's everything that you are, everything that you're made of is this energy of love. And it's calling you, no matter what's going on in your life. No matter if you are experiencing financial challenges, if you're experiencing health challenges, if you have lost somebody you love, if you're having all sorts of stuff going on, if you have break-ins, right? Love is calling you to say you're not a victim. You have a power within you that can rise above any circumstance. Anything in your life, this power is so strong when we know it, that whatever's going on in our life doesn't matter. We can step out of it and we can feel the incredible love run through every cell in our body. And then we can take that love out and change other people's lives with it. Change other people's lives. I love that. Love is calling you. Are you lonely? Are you afraid? Love is calling you and saying, I'm not a victim. Get up. Find something to share. Find the heart within you and share it with others. You know, there's people, many people that experience a dullness, a kind of a boredom to their life. See, what I think that this love and this life and this God, if you want to call it God, is calling us to do is to step into something called holy boldness. I've talked about that before and I love it. I love that word. Holy boldness, fearlessness, and we're each called to step into our own holy boldness, to not be a victim and to move through life with love, to lighten up and to realize that within us is more power than you ever could imagine. Did anybody see The Help? It was such a good show, and I remember when the nanny, I love this because I do it with my grandchildren now. She took the little girl and she said something like this, you know, she said, you is powerful, you is kind, and you is smart. And she kept saying that and hugging them every time that the parents would, you know, do something, you know. And so I do that to my kids. I say, you know, take your little magic wand and say, I am powerful. You know, I am smart and I am kind. And that's what I'm saying, that love says that already. We just need to remind ourselves that God and love are right there. The energy is right there. And we need to remind ourselves that we are each unique, incredible human beings. And that we came here to share that with the world. You know, but we get stuck in negativity, don't we? You know, we get stuck in negativity so that we can't give this gift that we have back to the world. When we experienced the break-in yesterday, the police officer said, do you want to prosecute? And we said, yes. But what we want to do is step into love and see them in love so that this doesn't happen again for them. Doesn't mean you don't do anything because you see the greater good in somebody, does it? It means you do what you need to do. Of course we want to prosecute. We don't want this to happen again to them, to us, to anybody else. But we want to step in and see spirit in each person. See the love in each person. See the life, not the life situation. See, the life situation is what happened out there. The life is the God, the energy that moved through it. And boy, it didn't move through when people stopped. You know, said, what's going on? All this glass all over, and they were sweeping, helping. We didn't even know the people. Stopped. You know, I'm thinking you find the goodness, and that's what we're talking about. But so much times that we live, I like the term, we live in a jar sometimes. Jar, J-A-R. We live in judgment, in righteousness, and approval. We seek approval. Those are the three things that keep us from stepping into our own holiness, our own holy boldness. Jar. See, I was thinking actually we could bam the jar, right? For you who don't know what bam is, it's bless it, accept it, move on. And the jar, see, is the judgment. So you bless it, you know, and then you move on. But that's what it does. Judgment, righteousness. How much in our, am I speaking? Kind of normal, huh? Judgment. You know, how much judgment? Do we judge ourselves? Not only each other, but we judge ourselves. Or we judge the situation. That keeps us from walking in our holy boldness. How about the need to be right? Would you rather be happy or right? You know, I love that saying. Yeah. I mean, honestly, but there's times when we want to be right. And we're not happy till we're right. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so I was outside and I have this awesome tree outside. It looks like a strawberry tree. It is a strawberry tree. And they had a party and there was two people arguing whether it was a strawberry tree, and one thought they were right, the other one thought they were right. You know, and I heard it and I knew, you know, who was right, so I didn't say anything. I just went, okay, stay out of it. That's their deal, that's not mine. You know, but at the end of the day, I have to say out of it. It is a strawberry tree, by the way. But the truth is, we want to be. We have to be right. Jean, and here's what Jean, it's our attitude, you guys, about life, right? We have an attitude. And either it's kind of a negative one, you know, or it's a positive one, or it's a grateful attitude. And with a greater attitude is what Jean Houston says comes laughter and pleasure. She says that when we are laughing, that the universe is thrown into a kaleidoscope of new possibility. When we can lighten up, when our whole body shifts, when we're laughing, everything changes. Our thoughts change into something different. And that's what we're talking about. That's what I thought this fellow was kind of cute up here, laughing his head off, you know? I like that. She said that everything that happened has the potential to make us bitter or better. What are you going to be, bitter or better, about what's going on in your life? And she said, when we become bitter, we die just a little bit sooner. We let go of all possibility, and we go to our grave without singing our own song. Without singing our song. What song are you singing? What song are you giving? What vibration do you bring to every word that you have, and to every step that you take? What vibration? We fail to live fully alive, in the moment, living life, living it deeply and fully, the whole fabric of life, loving it. Not thrill-seeking, but experiencing new things. She said many of us have started to just coast through life. I know I felt that way sometimes. Have you ever felt that way, where you're just coasting instead of giving back? Instead of feeling and experiencing life? So I want to focus on that a little bit, because it's possible. I really believe it's possible to start living again, and not just surviving, but thriving with your life, no matter how old you are. To find our song and sing it, and not become bored with our life. Because I think we're wasting our life. I know we're here such a short time, and I think many of us waste our life on these negative feelings about ourselves, on judgment, on righteousness, on who's right, instead of aligning with something bigger than you and stepping forward and sharing it with the world, because you have a unique gift. Everybody doesn't have the same gift. You have a unique gift to give the world and to give yourself. It all is based in love, but it's something different with you. And you can share it with the world no matter how old that you are. We have become disconnected and live a life of mediocrity, is what she said. Trace Atkins, I don't know if any of you know him, but he has a song and he says, I want to feel something. I want to feel something. So he's looking for something to feel and to prove that he's alive. Sometimes we've got to prove we're alive. We don't even know it. Our lives seem to have flatlined. And the truth is, that's why many people use the drugs, alcohol, all these addictions, is to make us feel alive. When right underneath the situation is the energy of God, the energy of love that can change everything. When we recognize it, when we are open to receive it, when we can say yes to it. Did you know that Ben Franklin, I love this quote by Ben Franklin. He said, many people die at 25 but aren't buried until they're 75. Isn't that a good quote? I don't want to die at 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I want to live my life. I'd rather die at 25 having lived a really full life than to hang on for many years and not live life. And here, this is cool. He helped draft the Declaration of Independence at 70 years old. He invented bifocals, thank you. at 78 years old, and he signed the US Constitution at 81 years old. I mean, this is, our whole being is changing. You know, you don't have to be just young to do everything anymore. You don't have to, look at Judy. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Look at me. Okay, I had to say that. Okay, did you guys see Pete Seeger? You know who Pete Seeger is? 93 years old, playing the banjo? Oh my God. He is awesome. He was up there, had more energy than Colbert. I mean, that's awesome. So that's what I'm talking about. They have this attitude, this whole lightness of spirit. And that's what we're talking about, is that we have to make this daily decision to get up and live our life and to give something, you know, and to be. See, we have to get up every morning and decide what we want to be, not what we want to do. Because who you are is what creates the excitement in your life, of who you are. Once you are, you're it. Once you can be it, then the decisions come of what you can do later. You know, sometimes we get it backward and go, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do? Well, you have to be first. You have to be incredible. You have to be aligned with spirit. You have to be filled with glory. And then you let go, and guess what happens? The steps happen for you. That's the answer. Be. Just be. Be present. You know, see your life with new eyes. Pema Children, who we're using her book a lot, and she's awesome. She says that the seriousness about everything in our life, including spirituality, is the world's greatest killjoy. World's greatest killjoy. You know, we're so serious. We got to get enlightened. We got to do this. We don't have to do anything. We just have to be who we are, because who we are is enough. Who we are is enough, and your life matters. My life matters. There's anybody that should leave here today and think that they don't matter, because they do. Because their life situation is not who they are. Whatever you're going through is not who you are. I look at Common Ground, I look at our meeting and stuff that's going on, you know, and I mean, we did start it in our 50s, late 50s. Well, you were in your late 50s, I was in my mid-50s, but we weren't young, right? And we are committed to go forward. We're going to talk about this, about what's going to happen. I'm excited about Common Ground, and I'm so excited that this is the best age ever. And that's what I'm talking about. We can lighten up. Sometimes we think, you know, and you guys back there, the young kids, I'm looking at you too. You know, yeah, you know, you can go through your life, you know, flatlined, you know, experiencing pain, up and down with pain, or you can find out now who you are and start giving. And what kind of incredible old people will you be? Will you be as great as us? Us old people, right? All of us I'm talking about, you know? You know, because there'll come a time when we just see people and we just breathe the spirit in them. We breathe the spirit. We don't look at them and judge them. You know, we don't put out, you know, fear or put out meanness to somebody and expect goodness back. We always put out goodness. We put out love to everybody. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about lightening up and seeing this vibration, making your whole body become light, is what Jesus said. Because you're light, your vibration is light. What's your decision? You know, what is your decision? What are you going to teach today? Your life is a ministry. Each one of you, your life is a ministry. You are a minister. When you talk to each other, when you walk out of here, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the bank, your life is a ministry. How are you going to walk? You know? Are you going to get up? Are you going to have some spring to yourself? Are you going to shake somebody's hand? Are you going to smile at them? Or are you going to expect something back? See? That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. Being in the vibration of love and sharing it out with somebody else. It's your decision, and you can get up every morning and make that decision. Even when you don't feel like it. Use your mind and make the decision. And when you make the decision, things start to happen. I'm going to close with this reading that was in the book, actually, that I worked with. And what he says about happiness is, happiness can't happen without your decision to be happy. Love cannot grow without your decision to be loving. Peace cannot blossom without your decision to be peaceful. Freedom cannot bloom without your decision to be free. And miracles cannot flower without your decision to be open. Bliss, and we all should live in bliss and ecstasy, I mean that, cannot flourish without your decision to be guiltless. Heaven cannot bear its fruits without your decision to receive. Life is calling you. Love is calling you. God is calling you. I hope we all receive. Thank you.